Opening a cold call is really hard, or could it be simple? This is Brian Burns, the host of the Brutal Truth About Sales and Selling podcast. Most people would say, do a couple of Tony Robbins wow claps, get yourself excited. Other people want to be more zen, do a little meditation. But research shows that if you put a picture of your client up on your computer, it'll help you get into the right mindset. While other people like to have a picture of their family, their kids, their motivation for doing this enduring skill and tactic. I've always found to have the end goal in mind, where you want to retire, where you want to relax and enjoy the rest of your life. But enough about getting into the right mindset. Whatever works for you is what you should do to get into the right mindset to cold call somebody. On the other end, you got to answer three main questions. What are they thinking? Who's calling me? I don't know who you are. So we have to answer that. That's obvious. The next one is, why are you calling me? And that we do wrong almost 100% of the time. We rush it. We overrepresent who we are. We dive exactly into the end goal of what we want. And the next thing is, how long is this going to take? So let's handle each of these and see if there's a better way. I recommend just saying hi or hello. It's your name. It's me. That's what we say to our friends because they recognize our voice. They're not going to recognize your voice. So you say, hi, it's Brian. You can say your last name, but does it really matter? You might want to. It's a style thing. I typically do it. You say, it's Brian Burns. You can say your full name. It probably makes sense to use your full name. Depends on the market. And then you can say your company only if it's recognizable. You could say your industry. You could talk about your project. The idea is not to overwhelm them at first because they're still wondering who is calling. It's either going to be someone they know or someone they don't know. And once you give your name, it's somebody they don't know, and you probably don't want to confuse it more by giving them a company name that they're not going to recognize. Because then they're going to ask you to repeat it. What do you do? It's going to cause confusion. The next thing is you skip over why you're calling, because I'll get to that in a second. You immediately tell them, hey, I've only got a minute. Why? Because now you're telling them that this is only going to take a minute, that you're not going to take up their time. That you're really busy that day and you only have a minute. A false time constraint. What this does, this is a psychological tactic that basically preempts them from thinking, I don't have time for this. You tell them you only have a minute. And then you go, I've been assigned to check out and ask about these things. So don't get into a pitch, because if you get into a pitch, they know you're a salesperson and they know you're trying to push something on them, but you're not yet because you don't know who they are. You don't know if they're the right person. You don't know if they have the problem you solve. You still have to question them. Just say, I've been assigned to do some market research to find who has this problem. Something like that. Think of a creative question to get them talking, and they'll say, oh, I'm not the right person. And you say, I didn't think you were. Would you have any idea who is the right person? Do you guys do this? Do you need that? What are you using for this? Have you experienced this problem? What's your thoughts on this? This gets you the ice broken. It gets them talking. And you say, well, this isn't selling. You're right. It's better than selling. It's talking to another human being. This is creative and engaging. If you like this idea and it fits what you're doing, check out the podcast, The Brutal Truth About Sales and Selling, on iTunes. If you like this, please like it, comment, and share. Thanks for watching.